Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast, presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Friday, October 13th, and we're going to get real spooky with some picks here this weekend. We do have to mention absolute fire NFL weekends from Mr. Sean Rosenkrantz and Mr. Max Carlin, both going 5-0 in their picks. So we are hoping to continue that fucking fire run. And we've also got a little bit of MLB playoffs that's been starting up. A lot of good games, a lot to talk about there. And then we've got the start of NHL. So a little different than just football this weekend, but wanted to catch up. We've got Sean Max here as always. So fellas, what are kind of takeaways? What if someone hasn't been watching either MLB playoffs or Stanley Cup? And we'll start with MLB. Catch me up. Give me some takeaways. What's kind of been the key moments? What's been exciting for you guys? What should we be paying attention to?
I'd say for baseball right away, you got Dodgers. D-backs are rolling over the Dodgers, and then Phillies are kind of rolling over the Braves right now, which was probably not a crazy surprise, but you got the two big dogs, and they're getting rolled.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's good to see you, boys.
That's
That's
cool.
my one takeaway as well, as a couple teams that dominated in the regular season: the Dodgers, the Orioles, just getting cakewalk. In fact, three teams from the AL East made the playoffs, and there wasn't one win. All of them got swept. Two were the wild card, so it's just two games there. But still, so cool to see the Diamondbacks kind of just getting hot at the right time. They got a super fun young team. I mean, Corbin Carroll is going to be that guy in this league for a long time. The Rangers as well. They just bash. They can just score runs with anyone, and they got a couple like dogs in the pitching rotation as well. Moldy was nice for them to lock down. I'm looking forward to that Astros Rangers series. That's going to be pretty good, and I'm sure people have already tuned in it. But if not, this Phillies Braves has been fun, and of course now that little added, you can throw the record books out. These teams hate each other. No love lost, but no, it's been awesome. So some all the way from the start to where. We had a couple Harper home runs, especially the kind of getting to the tiff, or he was kind of getting called out from the Braves. But that play the other night where Michael Harris, the center fielder for the Braves, made like an unreal catch against the wall, threw it back in for a double play. Just some super fun moments in that series.
I love it. I love it. And the Astros always fucking there, man. Whether you hate it or not, they're just perennial fucking ALCS members, are they not?
They're absolutely. And when I did have a future on the O's, and when that went down, I've only placed one more, and it's on the Astros. And still, it's only like plus 250. So, Vegas also concurs that just they're there. This is their seventh straight ALCS. Seven straight. I mean, think of like the Chiefs that have gone to seven straight like AFC championships.
No. I mean, I think they have like almost the record or close to it at like four, wasn't it? Or three or four in a row?
Yeah.
And something like that. So that's crazy sauce. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, shout out the Twins though. I feel like they gave them at least a run for their money.
They did. Those games were all pretty close, and it was cool for the Twins to steal one too. Also, it's kind of funny now with where baseball has, expanded. Like you'll hear kind of in the media, like they get all bent out of shape. Like the divisional rounds, only 3 out of 5. The wild card, like a team like the Dodgers wins, however many games, and then gets bounced. Like no, there's enough games. Play well, like win. That's what it used to be. Even less teams, because it's funny when there was even less teams and less like games in the playoffs. Carlos Correa is now tied for third in postseason RBIs.
I
Just
saw
because
that.
even before like 1990, you could win the World Series by only playing like 9 games in the postseason. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Bernie Williams is actually the leader of that, so you can use that fun fact this weekend.
Hell yeah.
Manny Ramirez in second.
Okay. I like that. Shout out all those dudes. Shout out the
Yeah,
Yankees.
and
Shout out
tied third with Correa is David Justice, he was on those.
Yep. Braves teams,
We
right?
talk about going to 7 consecutive championship series. I don't have the number in front of me, but the Braves might have went to more in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then he was in he went to the A's for a little bit, Justice, because he was in Moneyball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brad
Yeah.
Pitt was yelling at him to start walking.
Yes, I remember that now.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Um, all right, well shit. So any more MLB, or I know Max has a hockey jersey on, and I know he's waiting for his Bedard jersey to get to the house in the mail. But you know, Pens Blackhawks first game of the season, Bedard gets a point, I think, and then scores against the Bruins in game 2. So good start to them. But any quick little just nuggets from NHL start? I know you guys are kind of going to be our hockey espionage later.
Yeah. I will say I'm not gonna go too in depth. Hockey jersey because it's hockey season, but Dub V because they play tonight against Houston and little Dana Holgerson revenge game. So I hammered that money line, baby. Let's roll.
I like that.
Um, but yeah, I mean the Hawks. I mean Bruins kind of gave us a little beating, but we stuck in there. Came back against the Pens. Don't want to beat a dead horse, Sean. I'm sorry, but just kidding. Yeah, we looks pretty solid. It's a young team with a couple good vets. Corey Perry, I was that was one guy I kind of always rooted against because he's a little villain. But now having him on my team, I'd like to see him get a little nasty. So I love it, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Yeah,
So,
great point on the Corey Perry. Like when you're playing against him, it's like fuck this guy. I can't stand him. What a pest. Kind of like a Bergeron. And the second you
yeah,
get him on your team, you're like, oh, I love that. Just make everyone else hate you. Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, you will be much better than you were last year. It's one
Mhm.
game, like I think that can happen in a long season. But I was impressed, especially being down 2-0 too. Like they dominated the second half of that game, and like to Bedard. I think it wasn't like it was anything crazy, but I think
Right.
that's the whole thing. Like it looked like, yeah, of course he's flying around, like he belongs there. Like he looks like a first line center, and I think that's all you can ask for. Like at this time, like yeah, even in not to be like even in Crosby's like rookie year where he did have like 100 points, like there was
Yeah,
first 15 games were real just he's getting bodied out there, some kind of miscommunication, and it'll come. So I thought that was pretty cool that Bedard was already, kind of flying around and making some good plays, and then yeah, those are kind of get those goals early, just get the quick. I mean, that was a sick little wrap around, but just clean up around the net because then the harder stuff, the snipes will go in later.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, look Crips.
And then just, I'll probably last year I was super bullish on the Hurricanes, kind of the future on them. Riding that back as well. They felt they got even better in the offseason there. And I'd say like the Golden Knights, too. I think they are, of course, they won last year, but I think overall they can still go toe to toe with the Avalanche. The West overall, in my eyes, isn't that good. In fact, when you look at like the futures, I think it's like 7 of the first 10 are from the East there. So we'll go on, more of that as time goes on, but it's good to have it back.
Yeah. I mean, to your point, like I feel like hockey is the most common sport to have back to back like champs. Like you got the Pens and the Lightning, and I think
Well, for instance, like the Blackhawks never went back to back, but 3 in 6 years.
yeah.
So yeah, it's funny because it's kind of like a parity league where a team can kind of come out of nowhere and do well, like because you just get hot, but also at the same time, like you do see a little bit more like I think dynasties than maybe like in the NFL, for instance.
Right. Yeah. I like that. It will be a fun season for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great talent out right now. So
Yeah.
exciting players. I mean, from all over. A lot of youngins too. So it'll be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I might like Jason Robertson on Dallas. He kind of shocked me with how good he was last year. Like
Oh,
he would
right.
be really cool to watch this year. I mean, yeah, tons of just super like even some of the new guys like that Frantelli on the Blue Jackets,
Mhm.
like the Ducks. Like the Ducks will eventually be sick with all that
Yeah.
DeGrasse and the kid that Leo, whatever, like they have You know, they just need like two of those four projected superstars to turn out, and like that'll be a really good team in 5 years.
Definitely. Yeah. I like the Devils too. They're a nice young team.
They
Red
are.
Wings will be good in like maybe a little
Kind
longer.
of scares me
4 years.
how like good the Devils might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other Hughes too will kind of be an everyday defenseman for them as well.
Yeah. That'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. A lot of young talent.
Yeah. Looking for I was just kind of looking for like the heart and the most goals. Of course, McDavid Matthews starting out with a hat trick, so he's already got himself a nice head start. It was him and McDavid were tied for futures on top goal scorer, and for the heart, it's McDavid and McKinnon kind of tied to start there. So
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, Kaprizov, the Wild, big year coming.
Oh yeah. No,
Cool.
Wild's another pretty young team too. Yeah. I love it. I love hockey.
It's a good dude. It's such a good betting. Like I was telling Sean, we're going to the game, the Pens Caps. So is Caps opener tomorrow?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
their
or
first game.
today for those listening. So we're gonna be at Cap One Arena, maybe hitting Rocket Bar beforehand.
Yeah.
I told Sean, I was like, I know Bib and him are gonna be going for their team. So out of a full even split, I'm just betting the over. And I fucking love hockey.
Which I will be doing as well.
Yeah,
And
hockey overs are fantastic. Probably, I'd love a football over, but there is nothing better than a hockey over, to be honest with you. It's electric. I'm looking forward to that game. Hockey atmosphere is always a good time. So I think
you'll
once
be
I
in the
see that game, I'm gonna be like all into this as much as you guys are. So
yeah, man, you'll be in the barn for the home opener. It's good fan base. Like it'll be a good crowd.
yep, we'll try and be on best behavior. I mean,
Yeah.
I got your back, but we got
No.
it'll be a good split.
Just a little few chirps here and there. I'll keep it mostly between us.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say PG, but between us works too. Love it, love it. All right, fellas. Well, speaking of college football, Max talking about West Virginia. I know the game's gonna be over by the time everyone's listening, but any quick predictions you wanna throw out there before we roll over to our weekend picks?
I'll just say we have looked. I mean, 4 straight after losing to Penn State. So
I dig it. No, I dig it. I kind of like the money line at -148. So
yeah,
lock that in here any minute. So if I'm not paying attention, that's what I'm doing. But I love it. A lot of good college football on. I mean, Friday slate is like a baby. It's like a baby college football slate. A nice little baby college, not even a baby, like a big boy, like a toddler fucking slate. I like it. I mean, we got some good stuff here. We got Tulane, Memphis, very good over candidate right there. We got the mighty Fresno State Bulldogs, who have been absolutely rolling. Stanford, Colorado. You've got prime time, and I'd say prime time for East Coast. Maybe not so much prime time for West Coast for sure. So they're playing Stanford, but yeah. Anything we like from the Friday slate? Anyone got one of their picks as a Friday game, or anything they like from the Friday slate?
Colorado.
I was just gonna say to that, Max, like as much as I want to pick Colorado, like they haven't outside of the Nebraska, which Nebraska did a lot of turnovers. Like they haven't blown really anyone out. Like or they haven't
don't think
more than 2 touchdowns. Now I think Stanford's pretty bad. What's that right now? Like -11?
12.5
now.
12.5. So yeah, I'll check in on it, but I probably won't bet anything.
Fair. I'd say if I'm doing anything from those 3 games, I think I kind of like the Tulane Memphis over 54.5. I think that would be the only thing I might be playing. We'll see. I mean, if we're out and about after that Caps Pens game, who knows what that Colorado line could be. And so we'll see about that one. But
oh my dude, it's a 10 p.m. Eastern start.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I did want to look at just for the sake of it. I love these halftime full-time props. Colorado minus 205. I was hoping to be a little lower than that, like a minus 180. I'd probably maybe nibble on that, but we'll see. We'll see. You never know. All right. So looking at college football picks, we were dog shit last weekend. I know I said that you guys were on fire on football or NFL. That's good because it balanced out how bad we did for college football. I hit one pick, and that was Maryland 20.5, and I hit that by half a point, barely.
Yeah. Did you see the line before kickoff went to 19.5?
I did see it. I had to.
It's why we get these bets in early.
Exactly. So we do. There are a couple lines here that probably would have benefited us a little bit more. And then Sean hit the Rutgers 13, which I think was like maybe 7. Didn't Wisconsin win by like 7, or did Rutgers win that outright?
No. Wisconsin won by like 9.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so those were our only 2 wins. So total of 5 points we
To
cleared.
be fair, on Max's Mizzou +4, did any of you guys catch the end of that game?
Yeah.
That was a bad beat. The pick 6, just brutal.
Yeah.
Texas almost had it too. Well, actually, no, they didn't almost cover. They almost had money line. But
yeah, but
yeah. And then Notre Dame sucked dick.
Yeah, they didn't cover their minus 6.
They need to get into it.
I'm teasing.
No, we don't need to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, we could, but it might be too long of a podcast if we do. I mean,
let's circle back after USC, because then if it's 2 losses in a row, I will want to hear your guys' take. And if it's the opposite, a win over USC, then I even want to more hear your take.
Well, we'll get into that game for sure. So we'll touch a little bit on that. But yeah, I mean, I had Maryland basically get me through for half a point, and then Marshall fucked me by half a point. So it all evens out, and then Michigan, Minnesota. I am not doing an under in Michigan because they can probably cover the over on their own at this point, the way they're looking. So anything I'm touching Michigan is probably just a cover, and that's it. Because I'm about to put a future on that.
It's not going to be one of my like picks for our this week, but I've already placed a teaser of Michigan, just essentially lowering the spread and lowering the total for them to cover and hit the over. Because frankly, I think they'll score 41 points on their own. Like it'll be like 41-7.
Yep. Yeah. I was gonna say those were in my top 8 picks for this weekend, but not making the top 3. But
if it was like I think if it was like one of those like where the CFP votes, like the group, and not just like the coaches or whatever, or where like you're not going to move Georgia at first because they haven't lost. Like Michigan would be the real number 1, like because they certainly look like the best team.
Right.
I'd agree. Michigan's probably my number 1. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, not a great weekend. So I guess I will say, since Sean had the best NFL weekend and Max barely tipped him just because of a touchdown parlay, Sean's going to lead us off for college football. And then we'll go Max, then me. And so Sean, what you got? Number 1.
All right. I'm going to go with that. It hurts me, but I feel like because I know and very familiar with this team, it can help in winning money. And from 2 years ago, being ACC champions, it has gone bad for Narduzzi and the Pitt Panthers in the last few years. That Dracovic has now been moved to tight end because he was such a bad quarterback. And they have been honestly one of the better, hottest teams in football this week, the Louisville Cardinals, who you guys are very familiar with their work from last week, and are somehow only 7.5 favorites. It's at Pitt. Yeah, it's the hook, but I expect Louisville to score 30 easily, and I don't expect Pitt to score more than 13 in this game. So I'll be taking Louisville minus 7.5 with my first pick.
God damn it. That was my first pick.
Well, no, we did say for college you can double up.
I'm gonna leave that. Though. I want to see what everyone else's is, so I don't. that might be my number 3, but in theory, number 1. I love that pick. I think, honestly,
we know you're playing it as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say, like, I think the biggest takeaway from the Notre Dame game, without derailing the conversation, dude, I don't know. Notre Dame has supposedly one of the best offensive lines in college football, and that pass rush for Louisville made it
Yeah.
look like a top 10 defense, and it made Notre Dame look like a bottom 10 offensive line. So I like it. I love the pick. To your point, I don't know what's the QB situation there. And I mean, if it goes down to -6.5, that might be fucking not beluga whale, but fucking free willy whale, free willy money whale. So with you there, Max.
This is a good one. I'm gonna roll with the Noles. Florida State -17.5. It's a lot, and it is kind of scary, but Syracuse is buns. Syracuse is buns. So FSU's got to fucking just show off now. They just want to stay up there and just keep fucking just pounding people.
Certainly FSU covered against the Hokies last week, right? Oh, they didn't? Oh, well. They must then want to make sure they go out and score a bunch of points this week. I love that pick, Max.
No, exactly. They'd be like, whoa.
And I remember like when I saw Syracuse a couple weeks 4-0, that was like, whoa, football team's 4-0. Those are my
Yeah.
but I was like, all right, like they hadn't really beat anyone yet. And then they played 2 ACC games and just it's been bad. Apparently, I think they have a bunch of injuries and stuff too. So
UNC can cover that. FSU can.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. I'm going to keep the trend. Going with I was going to go money line, but at this point, looking at where it's at, and was going to tee this whole thing up. Sean just absolutely fucked it. We should have talked about it before. I was going to do this beautiful Louisville, Kentucky rivalry 1 and 2 pick. Both honestly look really good. They do not look like basketball schools right now. They both are starting to look like football schools, but I got to snake this before one of you cocksuckers come and take this one.
That's fair.
So give me Kentucky -2.5. I like the money line. I'd say for the sake of what we're doing, give me the -2.5. It's right at the like 140 range. So I know we're trying to keep everything under that. So for the sake of the sharps, we're going 2.5. But I will for sure be doing some money line parlays in there with it. So
love that pick. If this game is a week ago, this line is probably 4.5, 5.5. But Kentucky goes and gets crushed by Georgia. I'm not gonna, finally Georgia actually looked like the number one team in the country. I'm not going to harp too much on them for that was at Georgia, and that was going to happen to whoever stepped into Sanford Stadium that day.
Yep.
So, I like that pick a lot.
I dig it. Shawnee boy, where are you going with number 2?
All right. I also want to go with why is this line so low? Oklahoma State finally won like against a P5 team last week. They beat Kansas State, which in theory sounds like all right, but Kansas State is not playing as well. I mean, they started like ranked, and they're definitely not ranked right now. If you watch that game, it wasn't really much that Oklahoma State was doing anything that well. That's the team that already lost to South Alabama this year. It was more Kansas State just beat themselves. And after, of course, Kansas had a rough go at Texas, they get the ship right, put up like a 50 burger on UCF last week. Give me Kansas only by a field goal heading into to Stillwater. I think this is one team is way better than the other, and that line is way too low.
Rock chalk, baby. I like that a lot. What was that 2.5 you said?
I think it's 3, but let me
Three.
see if I can get that 2.5.
All right. I dig that a lot. Is the QB back? I'm sorry, I was.
So Daniels is questionable again, but I mean Beam has now played 7 games over the last 2 years.
Okay.
He does just fine. Certainly, Daniels is better, but I don't know if it's like worth a whole touchdown in terms of like Vegas handicapping them.
Fair. No, I like it kind of regardless. And after did they beat UCF last week?
They won like 51-24.
Yeah. So that was
UCF sucks. they don't belong in the Big 12.
Yeah, get them out of the Big 12.
Yeah, get them out of here.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. I had it written down as well, so I will be tailing. But I had a couple other I like. So
Okay.
I think this one's a little scary, but I'm still gonna stick with it because they're the home team. I got Washington -3 against Oregon. I think that
I was gonna
gonna
touch
be-
that game with a 10-foot pole, but I'm glad someone else did
Yeah,
it. So
exactly. Exactly what I was thinking.
let's hear it.
Fuck it, dude.
Why them?
Fuck it. Dude, I mean, home game, sure, Oregon. I mean, they got Bo Nix. I mean, they're a solid team. They're a very solid team. But I think just I don't know. I think the home advantage will put them over the edge. It's a big Pac-12. I mean, this could be a huge factor for down the line. I mean, obviously you have USC up there as well, but come Pac-12 championship, this could be a huge win. And I just like Washington a little better. Oregon kind of tends to maybe not show up so much in these bigger games, and especially Bo Nix, as we've kind of seen. But he has looked very solid this year, so it'll be a little different. But I don't know. I'm just feeling the Huskies.
I am too, man. I'm too.
I-
They were
yeah.
off last week. They got one of those wide receivers that was injured back, one of those three that will be NFL draft picks. And it feels like it's been forever since we've seen them play. But man, they were I mean, we can go back to the last weeks. We've won a few times on taking Washington to win. And I mean, this game should be awesome. Both teams are probably very even. So the fact that Washington gets the home, advantage, I think that will come into play. Sure, it'll be
Yeah.
rain.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seattle. I mean, they're gonna come correct.
It'll be loud.
Bo Nix has been pretty phenomenal. Probably in the last, I'll give him
Maybe
probably a
two
year.
phenomenal.
Maybe, yeah, like maybe the last year. But like, I still in my head am just
And-
like Bo Nix big ball game. All I can think about is being down on CBS and the SEC, just throwing picks and stupid ass throws. So. I'm just like, yeah, Washington. I mean, Penix Big Ten implant or transplant, but I mean, I'm with you. I kind of was gonna go with whoever was at home, honestly. If it was at Oregon, I'd probably go Oregon. At Washington, I like Washington.
Sure.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great one.
And I think
Yeah.
like it would have been the same thing too. If this was at Oregon, I bet the line is Oregon -3.
Yep. Seriously.
Oh, for real. Yeah, so I love.
It should be that's my favorite game.
Yeah, I like the minus. A lot of -3s this week. I'll say that.
You said you want the 3, right?
Yeah.
He gets 3.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry. All right.
If I can find you 2.5, I'll get you that. But
I know, dude. Honestly, might be some. I mean, take the 3, but I don't see it really. I feel like it might go. I don't see it ending anything worse than 2. But like, if you can find that 2.5, maybe like Friday afternoon.
it's definitely. I don't think it goes ever.
We don't
above
do that. We've never
Yeah,
done
we
that.
do
We're
it
not
for
gonna
us.
make that exception.
Oregon.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying for like, just if we're
Oh, for like actual betting line. Yeah. I think you
yeah,
meant for
like yeah, for this, yeah. But I'm just saying like Friday
Yeah.
afternoon, if that's 2.5, snag that hook while you
But
can.
it also could raise, which is kind of scary. Maybe. It could go 3.
It could.
I think if it raised, a lot of money would come in on Oregon.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Either way, I mean I hope it's an awesome game.
I dig
Should
it.
be like
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Like,
high scoring. I don't know if it's gonna be 67.5 points high scoring, but
That over would be
that
close.
I bet that line is probably pretty correct. I bet it comes like
Yeah.
super.
It's gonna
close
be a
to
field
that.
goal. It's gonna be a field goal at the last second.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be some dumbass penalty that everyone's gonna bitch about for the next 6 weeks.
Or like something like a missed kick or something. And
Yeah.
and that
I just hear a bunch of complaining from the Pac-12. Like, this might fuck their shit up because between this game and Notre Dame maybe potentially beating USC, we might just ruin the Pac-12 in 1 week of football, which wouldn't be the worst thing, but we're trying to bring the Pac-12 up for one last season. So I'd like to see as much as possible.
Yeah.
All right. I am trying to decide what to do on this, but I'm just going to go with this one and then make the next decision a little harder. I'm going to go with the team who has been a cover machine. They are 5-0-1. They pushed once, covered 5 times. They've been taken a few times. They were taken last week in a +13. But you know what? I'm getting 5 points against Michigan State, a poopy Michigan State team. And so give me Rutgers -5.
The State School of New Jersey. Let's go.
If they were 6.5, maybe not. 5 is just butter. And I think I went on a rant about this last year. I wish I could like pull it up and bring it back into this. I remember saying if anything is -5, you fucking hammer. Because why the fuck is -5? It's because they should win. And for the most part, they're gonna get a touchdown.
Yeah,
Give
it's
me
like
Rutgers.
a key number, you know?
Yep. It is a key number. And 5.5 is even better. But give me the 5 because I don't need the half. Give me Rutgers.
It's like the exact opposite of 7.5. Like the 7.5 is the
Yeah.
scariest
Yep.
line
Yep.
of all, but 5.5 is like, yeah, like clearly they're, we feel this team is likely to win. And football, what are the odds? Like, I mean, it could be less than 7, but just one simple touchdown and you're good.
Yep. Love it. Love it. All right. On to pick 3.
Pick 3. I am going to go with the ACC. It's night game, so flip around this when we got USC Notre Dame on and Missouri Kentucky on, but Miami and North Carolina, which would have been a battle of undefeateds if Miami didn't just absolutely shit down their pants at the end of that game. Really,
Might have been game day.
Maybe, yeah. That would have been hard probably to top Oregon, Washington,
Fair.
but still. This North Carolina team seems to be kind of hitting their full potential right now, especially on offense. I do still think Miami's good. Like, yeah, they certainly should have. They would have just beat Georgia Tech if they take a knee. That being said, I don't think they're as good as North Carolina. I don't think they'll be able to score with North Carolina. Oh, also, it's a night game at North Carolina. The place is going to be rocking there. So UNC -3.5. It's like where it's like, I like the hook. I think they win this game by at least 10. So
I like it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Max, number 2.
All right. Dude, I don't know, because at first I was favoring the favorite, and then I realized what I was doing. I'm gonna go A&M +3 versus Tennessee. A&M,
Love that.
I've never really gotten there with Jimbo, but they are a team that will fuck you up or fuck your season up per se. Tennessee's barely holding on to a ranking right now. A&M is that team just come and be like, nope, unranked. So I like that. It just I know, and I was on Joe Milton's side, but like he's still a solid quarterback. But I don't know. A&M's got it.
I'm with you, man. I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be taking Tennessee -3. So
fair. We're gonna have bad.
No, I like that game is going to. I can see it going many different ways. I just don't know if I trust Jimbo and Texas A&M to do the right things to win on the road. But
yeah, maybe we get a double or triple overtime, and then Tennessee wins.
Honestly, those are the types of teams. I mean, Tennessee and Texas A&M scream like a weird game. Like
100%. There's gonna be some.
It'll be entertaining.
There's gonna be a terrible play. There's gonna be like a terrible onside.
Well, that's the thing. Both quarterbacks are very eligible to make the stupidest play you've ever seen.
Oh,
also, can chuck it.
Yep. I'm with that.
Little Brad Johnson's son.
Oh yeah. Because Weigman's down.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. No, I like that pick a lot. I was gonna go with Louisville on -7. I'm looking at my list. I'm gonna go with just I like my third pick. This honorable mention, but I'm gonna bump it up. based on how ugly it looks and how maybe we probably won't watch it, but it'll be a beautiful little cash later. Give me the ugliest two Big Tens teams and give me Iowa, Wisconsin under 34 and a
34 and a
half.
half.
Let's go.
That game is going to be so ugly. It's going to be hilariously ugly, and it's going to be under 34 and a half points. It will be 17-14, and I will happily cash my bet.
What is the Iowa team total? Because I might take the under on that.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. It's
But
a-
I love that.
11 and a half, or like 10.
That game is going to be so. I mean, it's essentially Army Navy.
Yeah.
100%. It's
Yeah.
yep, still 34 and a half. Wisconsin 10 and a half. I don't know if they're DraftKings doesn't have a team total right now.
Oh, okay. I'll
But
check it closer too. But
I was gonna say
if I
yeah,
get like
closer.
if I get anything around 14 for Iowa, especially 14 and a half, I'm taking the under. I'd still
Yeah.
probably take the under at 13 for them. They their quarterback just like doesn't know how to play quarterback. He doesn't even like throw a spiral.
Well, I don't even know if they have McNamara.
No, he's out.
Yeah,
He's
so
out for the year. Yeah. No, the guy they had to play last week was not good.
dude, I was thinking about it. I was like,
They play good enough
34
defense too.
a 24/7 would cover it. Like if oh god, that's so ugly. I love it. I love how
21-10 covers it. There's so many ways.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. I think it's gonna be like a 10-7, if I'll be honest. I might do an alternate spread or alternate total and do like under 20 points just to see what that is. I'll do it right now for the sake of it. But yeah, that's my pick for that one.
I'll insult you. I'll take the under with you as well, just so kind of have that.
Under 30 is plus 165. So we shall see. We shall see. Maybe a little halftime full game under. Maybe that'll be worth more. So keep an eye out. I love it. I love it. We got our 3 picks for and college football. Got NFL now. Any other before we get to NFL, any like honorable mentions, maybe games we haven't brought up? I think there's one I have, which is of course the Beavers after dark with UCLA. So what's your guys' takes on that one?
Yep, absolutely. UCLA's defense is actually pretty good
Yeah.
this year. They statistically which is kind of funny because you don't think about UCLA defense or certainly Chip Kelly's defense, but they've been solid. They have, I think, the offensive firepower to hang with the Beavs, but I think this is just like a young team is going up against a really old, experienced team at night on the road. Give me the home experience team on that. But I know we said his name a lot. Dante something Brooks, the QB more. Like he'll be a pretty good player, but I think this is gonna be tough for him to go in and get that win. Come on, you're not just stepping in Corvallis and getting a win over these Beavs.
Honestly, I'll probably tease down to 2.5 and call it a day, unless there's something else I like in a money line parlay. I mean, I think Beavs get it done. I like that. I like the under 54. Maybe a Beavs money line under 58.5 just to cover maybe a 27-21 game.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
I don't hate
that. The only other one I had out there is Iowa State, who has quietly already won a couple Big 12 games, even though they're certainly not as good as some of the Iowa State teams of late have been. They go on the road to Cincinnati, who was Max knows just a bottom Big 12 team right now, and somehow are getting spotted 5 points. I know last time it was 5.5. Now it's all the way down to 5. I imagine it will actually go down even more. I believe they'll win this game outright, but either way, I'll be taking Iowa State +5 as just kind of another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd be pretty stupid not to bring up the one game at 7:30. I think it's Southern Cal at Notre Dame. Honestly, I don't know how Notre Dame's -2.5. I don't know how to say this without saying it, but I don't know why you wouldn't take money line USC plus like 120. I don't feel good. And maybe this is just
It's hard to say it, but I mean, I guess I mean that crowd was probably the
the
craziest
Ohio State
crowd
game was awesome. Yeah.
very, yeah, very, very long time. So I guess they're kind of trying to put that in factor. But then again, our defense looks decent. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, why? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really excited for this game, but I'm super excited.
Yeah. I'm a little bummed that they're not plus money. Like I kind of wanted to be like plus money,
Yeah,
be like, let's
exactly.
go, underdogs. And now it's like,
Oh yeah, you want to give us underdogs at home? Fuck you. But now they're like, yeah. So whatever. Yeah, I'm super excited. I am. It's a great rivalry. It's no
no, it's
matter
gonna be an
even
awesome game.
when USC was absolutely poopy, they somehow made it close while we were an undefeated team and rolling. So I think we're not absolutely poopy, but I think we're gonna make it close, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I gotta look at, I mean, definitely a money line, if anything, but I've learned over the last couple weekends that Notre Dame and Packers are not reliable from a gambling standpoint. So may stay away from my teams for a couple weeks and just maybe enjoy the wins instead of I mean, the highs are super high. I mean, if we win, I'm fucking chilling. But I don't know if I can I don't know if I can gamble on this game, also take the loss potentially. So I don't know.
Right.
I'm torn. I'm so sad after the Louisville game. That was just
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I don't know how you lose to Ohio State the way you did, beat Duke the way you did, and then just get your dicks handed to you against Louisville. And they're a great team, don't get me wrong, but like
They're a good team, but yeah, you're right. I mean, that that does kill kind of this. It pretty much kills the season because we were like, oh, if we went out, then we're good, but or we're not good, but we have a chance.
right, yeah. Exactly. Like we were playoff bound. Now we're trying to just ruin USC season, which is playing to Vegas's odds and it plays to most people's odds. Like I think it is a great position for Notre Dame, but it will piss me off when we're 10-2 and we're looking at this shit, losing a bullshit game to Louisville that could have kept us in the playoffs. So I mean, that's the biggest torture. And at this point, I think that's what I predict as a Notre Dame fan. What could rip my heart out the most? And I think going 10-2, beating Clemson, USC, losing to Ohio State, and then dropping a bullshit game to Louisville to not make the playoff would be a good way to just and just twist that knife in my chest. So yeah,
Right.
that's it. That's all I have for Notre Dame. So let's fucking go Irish. Get your shit together. You don't win, we're done. We're done. We're breaking up for the season.
Set an
So
ultimatum.
yeah. Call this episode the ultimatum. Uh, so all right, we had to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it, but we had to talk about it because it's one of the biggest games of the weekend. So let's go to NFL. Yeah, because the Packers have a bye, so I can just enjoy this week. Sean can enjoy this week because the Steelers have a bye. And Max gets to play a Justin Jefferson-less Vikings team, which provides quite some good lines here. So looking at the NFL lines, we're going with Max as number uno. Man went 6-0 last weekend to add 5-0, what we keep record for. 6-0, you count our touchdowns. So that's our tiebreaker. Max hit 8-chain with the touchdown. Sean, impressive as fuck, 5-0. Touchdown with Stevenson. I don't think anyone predicted the Patriots to not even score a point. So our fault. And then if we look at your boy, a pretty shitty weekend overall. We're gonna forget about it, but I went 2-3, 2-4 if you count Richardson not scoring. So As we always do, favorite dog, over, under, prop, touchdown. Max, how we feeling on the favorite? Who you going with?
Man, I do have a few, but the one that kind of sticks out to me the most, and I don't want to do it, but okay, I'm not gonna do it. Saints minus 1.5 versus Texans. I think that defense is honestly very, very, very solid. Um, might give a little trouble to a little rookie who's playing insane. I mean, he's playing out of his mind. Not to get me, don't get me wrong, but like I think it's going to be a close ass game. I think Carr is probably going to throw a nice little late tutty to Olave and seal the deal. But I don't know. The Texans are looking. I mean, CJ's looking fantastic. Broke the record last year for most consecutive throws with at a tutty for a rookie. Um, so it'll be a good game. But that defense, I mean,
I love that.
you saw what they did to fucking Jordan Love.
You did. You saw what they did to Tampa Bay. You saw what they did to who they put. I mean, the Patriots. I mean, yeah,
Shutout.
yeah, dude. The fucking Saints defense is primo.
Yeah, Derek Carr has looked pretty good, so pretty good. But
Yeah, they can. They might only have to win 9 or 10 games to win that division. So
yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
they are also the number one under team. Like they have gone 5-0 in the under. New Orleans has. So something to keep in mind. So I love that. They're gonna keep if they can keep Houston to a low score, no reason why Derek Carr can't just pick up the slack. I love that pick. Really good pick.
Thank you.
Shawnee boy, where you going with your fave?
So, like as of like yesterday, I was gonna go likely Jags, maybe Lions, but as like an hour ago, the news out of Cleveland is again Watson won't be playing. It'll be what's the P Walker? He's played for like so many
PJ
teams.
Walker.
PJ Walker, I believe, is starting. I see he's still on like FanDuel here, so I just took it. It's still only minus 9.5 for the 49ers. I imagine that will only move up. So let me just go ahead and lock that in now. I like that number a lot.
Also,
Yeah.
I do like Jags and Lions as well, but for this, I would choose the 49ers.
I love that. I love that. You guys have picked two of my top three, and I like that because that makes me feel like I'm in the right direction. I am going to I'm going to play both of those. I'm going to probably do New Orleans money line if I'll be completely honest. But they will cover the 1.5. So I'll decide later. Definitely playing San Fran minus 9.5. The other one, I like Detroit. Very close to playing it. I'm hesitant. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the team that's giving me some good money, giving me some good props. I think with a dude back from the IR, I think they're going to be rolling. Give me the Los Angeles Rams minus 7 against the Cardinals. Cardinals are a cover machine. I respect it. I think this is the game where maybe the Rams start making us say, hey, wild card? Are we? I mean, Puka, Cooper, Kieran Williams, offensive lines half and half. Defense, you've got some good guys there. I like what the Rams are doing. So give me Rams minus 7. I don't like the 7, to be honest with you, but I think they still get it done. And I think that honestly, if we're just talking from what I think will happen by game time, I mean, I think by Sunday morning it'll be 6.5, maybe 6. I feel like that. I just feel like that one's too close to like I see San Fran going up. I see New Orleans maybe going up. I feel like the Rams could
Go
maybe
down.
come down a smidge, just depending on what's going on with.
I might wait it out and take the Rams later.
Yeah, yeah, and I want to, but for the sake of this, I still think they cover the 7. I think, and knowing Sean McVay and what I've seen from, honestly, I'm loving what I'm seeing from just NFL head coaches. We're doing this 2-point conversion shit, so really fucking up the lines, but I love it. I could see McVay doing a 2-point conversion, sneaking me into that 8-point territory. So I like the Rams, man. I love Stafford. Stafford's one of those dudes where I'm trying to think if I can think of a comparison for you for the NFC North or the AFC North for you, but like Stafford's one of those guys where you're just like, all right, he's on the Lions for 10 years. Like you want to see him do well. You just know that Detroit wasn't the place for him. You see him in LA, you get Cup, Nakua, Kieran Williams. Like, I love it, man. It's awesome.
I got you. It's not the greatest comparison because the teams were different, but very Joe Flacco, where the actual quarterback was probably way more talented than they'll get credit for. In both instances, one because Stafford's team sucked, and because Flacco's team was actually like pretty good. They didn't need to, be that good there, but long, consistent. So good for Stafford, man. And remember, Max had the fun stat for us last week, where it was like the Calvin Johnson, the Puka, and the Cup, and it's like, what does this have in common?
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's solid as shit. I was looking at that. I had it written down. I like that as well.
Well, Max, if it makes you feel any better, I was between New Orleans. I was between New Orleans, San Fran, but mostly New Orleans because I was like -1.5. Like, come on, San Fran. How can you not go to San Fran now? Like,
yeah, dude,
auto cover. But New Orleans is like a sneaky cover. New Orleans, you're like, ooh, -105 against the Patriots. Yeah, let me fucking hammer that. Saints are a sneaky, solid team, and that division sucks ass. So.
Yeah,
I could see New Orleans going like 10-7 and being like, "Oh, hey, remember us?"
Yeah,
Hold like a Cowboys or like an Eagles to like 10 points in the NFC playoffs and just ruin some bullshit. I'm just saying. Clip it. I said it.
yeah, because like, see, I've done like San Fran and Dolphins was the one I like.
Yeah,
well.
I like that one too. Yeah.
I feel like those are the only 2 guys I do, and they're all like -14s and stuff. So I said, fuck it. Let me get it. Let me have a nice little 1.5.
No, I like that.
But yeah, I like that.
Any other favorites that you guys were kind of teetering on? It sounds like we all were teetering on Detroit. Sounds like a money line parlay if it's like a small money line, like a Detroit and maybe Vegas. I love Vegas money line over New England. I think I'm gonna do a Vegas and Detroit money line parlay because they're both like -4, 3.5, and I think both win. But I just would rather not touch the points.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that. I do kind of like Bengals. They're -3 and they're +100 last time I checked.
Yep, that's still right.
Yeah. I was like, huh. I always like a little plus spread.
Yeah, right. I mean, shit.
It was enticing. I don't know if I'll actually end up doing it, but
I
I
mean,
mean, who were they playing again?
Seahawks.
Yeah,
That should be a fun game.
Yeah, it is going to be a great game.
I honestly I won't be surprised no matter what the outcome is.
yeah,
Right.
100%.
Definitely.
100%. All right. Well, Max, well, speaking of dogs, I know you said Cincy, but any other? Yeah.
Max a dog.
Yeah.
Max is a dog. He's a dog. He's on fire. 6-0.
Sheesh.
Sheesh. Max, I do need to actually, before you go, I gotta give you some credit. I'm pretty sure if I did the math, I think you between college and NFL, I think you have the best record. I'm looking at it. I think I got to do the math, but if fucking on fire right now. You have the best NFL record, 17-7-1. So
Damn.
I know.
Wait.
I know. Max riding that shit. So I fuck with that. I fuck with that. So let's keep that shit up. Where you going?
This is kind of the one and only. This is the one that I'm just like, yep, this is like I like a couple other dogs, but this is the one I saw and I was like, abso-fucking-lutely. I'm going commies plus 2.5 against the Falcons, dude. I swear, the Bears, we embarrassed them. We did, but they truly aren't that bad of a team. They're not a bad team. I think how can get some stuff rolling against that Atlanta defense. I think that front D line can somewhat, I'm not going to say slow them down, but I think they can somewhat slow Bijan down a little bit and maybe stop that productivity a little bit. He's still going to do his thing. That man is a fucking monster. He is unreal. But for some reason, I mean, Atlanta and Ritter, they had a good game last week, but I don't know. And then again, the good game last week, terrible game for commies, but I just got this feeling that they're just gonna be like, no, we're actually not that bad. And probably only win by 3 or 7, but I think they're gonna fucking win. But I like that 2.5 for now.
I dig it. I think that Atlanta might be frauds.
They got Bijan.
That's it. That's it. That's all I have to say. I think they're frauds.
Yeah, they
mean,
have
dude.
and London and Ritter, but like, what have Pitts and
Who
London
have they played?
y'all?
The Packers suck, dude.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
You want to get into that right now, or do you want to?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Exactly. Packers suck. That doesn't mean shit.
It's probably a good time for me to go ahead. Like you guys probably have a few written down on most. I only have one written down under my dog, and it is Washington plus 2.5.
Yeah.
We have watched too much football to not know, like in our life and just how our brains are wired, to know exactly how this game goes. The Commanders got absolutely embarrassed last week. Shout out to the Bears. That was a shit pumping, man. Good for you guys. They got embarrassed at home on national TV. They lost the week before to an in-division rival, the Eagles. This would be a third straight loss. This is with those backs against the wall. This is this, it's not actually the season, but I imagine in their locker room, they're preparing as this is the season. I think we get their probably best game of the season so far. And then for Atlanta, it was it's more like they had a clean Ritter game last week. That's awesome. You get the clean Ritter game. You get
Ritter game they'll ever get.
You get a good defense. They hit all the right buttons they had to hit to beat what is a pretty good Texans team. Stroud again, he didn't lose them that game at all. Definitely gonna get some Doy plays from Dennis Ritter this week here. Commies front 7 is good, so I'm not saying that the run gets bottled up, but I think it'll be tougher for Bijan and Algier against that team. Right, Max, you just stare at this and go, like, they're going to get this game. They're going to win this game.
Exactly, dude. I love it. And no, seriously, that's the only one I have written down. I wrote down the Bears. I did write down the Bears as just like a fucking joke. Like, I don't even know if they'll actually win, but no, I was hard set on commies. Sam, hand raise.
I will just make this easy for you, Bubby. You guys do the Washington Atlanta. I love that pick. I had Atlanta written down for until probably noon today. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm just completely staying away from it. So without further ado, give me the Bears. All right. Give me the fucking Bears. I'm seeing +3.
I see that as well.
Give me the Bears +3 versus Minnesota. No Justin Jefferson. I can promise you, and I guess I'm maybe foreshadowing, depending on how you guys are looking at it. I might be foreshadowing to some Minnesota overs on player props that have nothing to do with Justin Jefferson, because where the fuck is the ball gonna go to if it doesn't go to Jefferson?
Yeah, for real.
But give me the Bears. I think Alexander Madison gets stuffed. I think the Bears cover 3. I think they might win outright, but for the sake of, dogs, give me the Bears. Max, I'll do it for you. As a Packers fan, it hurts me to do it, but there really wasn't. I could not find a better dog than what I think the Bears are at with that +3. So give me that shit. Give me Justin Fields. Give me some rushing shit. This game's going to be ugly. Whether it's high scoring in an ugly matter or low scoring in an ugly matter, I think the Bears cover 3. I think they win the game outright, personally. So give me those beans.
How about those Bears?
Hey man, Fields and DJ Moore are fucking. I mean, these past 3 games, not even last game. These past 3 games.
I mean,
have
trade DJ
10
Moore in fantasy
plus.
if you can.
Yeah, dude. Sam. Oh my god, I absolutely ripped you apart last weekend.
Yeah, you got 81 points for like 2 players. So yeah.
And then
That was
I had
Thursday
Jamar
night.
Chase, who
So
even
what was I
had
supposed to
more
do?
points. Jamar Chase got even more points than DJ Moore. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
so that's fine. Sometimes you just got to wipe away a week and just move on. I'm 0-5 in my most expensive league, and I have more points than 75% of the people in the league. So that's really great.
You gotta
Sean,
play better
fuck your dad fucked me. He had him and I were neck and neck, and then he had Christian McCaffrey pour on 40 points 2 weeks ago. So it's just like I've averaged over 100 points a game, and I've lost every single week. I've scored 135, 145, still lost. So
Hate
that's
to
it.
say that. You just gotta play better defense,
Yeah,
Cuddy.
yeah, get rid of defense
Oh, yeah.
altogether. I had a guy beat me because the Niners defense fucked me up. I was like, bro, what are we doing? I'm done with defenses. I'm petitioning no defenses. Like, what are we doing?
Dude, I'm in another dynasty.
If you lose because
Yeah.
of a fantasy defense, it's bullshit. Like, you shouldn't lose because of defense in fantasy.
Yeah.
That's like, I get
Like
it.
kickers too.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm just PMSing, but
All right, let's get to these overs. What did you
Yes.
use HIO, bro? What are you trying to get with this PH?
oh, okay. Well, you're more than welcome to update the table yourself, bitch.
All right. My over. My over. I don't know. I only really like 2. But the one I do really absolutely like is Vikings Bears. I think it will go one of 2 ways. It's going to be both of us just shooting lights out, scoring, or maybe they beat the shit out of us. I don't know, because it's at the Vikings. No, it's not. It's at the Bears. But still, I mean, that doesn't matter. We can get embarrassed at home. I've seen it many times. But I honestly think that we're just both gonna it's gonna be shooting. Like it's be last Thursday, but the Vikings are also probably gonna get like 35 points. So
Fair.
because their defense is atrocious. Our defense is fucking atrocious. We do get Kyler Gordon back. Our first round pick from 2021. Kyler Gordon from Washington, cornerback.
Yep. I remember.
So he's coming back, so that'll be good. That will help out actually a lot. But I still think, I mean, Fields again, our offense is actually looking very, very solid. O-line's sticking together right now, blocking for him, doing what he needs, and so I love it. I love it a lot. 44. It's 44. I don't even think I said what it was. It's 44.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. That was my numero 2. Are you typing that in? I'm looking at the Google Docs.
That was my number 2. That was my number 2 as well.
Oh,
I
okay,
thought it
Sean.
was
You better not take my number 1, bitch.
Well, my number one is Seattle at the Cincinnati at 45 points. If it's anything like last week, Cincinnati kind of found some in their offense, whether that's Burrow's just healthy or hey, just throw the ball to Jamar Chase all the time. That helps them be able to run the ball with Mixon. I don't. Cincinnati's defense isn't anything electric, so I don't think the Geno Smith I mean, honestly, they run the ball pretty well, Cincinnati, Seattle. So I think they'll be able to get a few. It's just too low. 45 is too low for this game. I think one of those two teams will score at least over 25 points. So I feel really good about that bet.
I dig that. I dig it. I dig it. I
Yeah.
like though it's funny because I would pray. Yeah, I'm not taking it. I was looking at like some Jamar Chase. Is that a Miva recovery bottle?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yo, show this spot. Shout out,
Yeah,
D-Hawk.
yeah, shout out Seahawks.
Yeah, let's
I
go.
take
Good
the
shit.
like my little blur thing off. I don't know why it's like that.
Shout out D-Hawks, Miva
Yeah,
recovery.
it's like the muscle roller and also the water
Oh.
bottle. Shout out Seahawks.
Yeah,
What,
let's go, bro.
MevaRecovery.com? It's
Fuck
sick.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
fits.
Miva.
Like it's
Was
big.
it
It's like
Miva
hold the shit.
recovery?
Yeah, like it's like a rollout, like muscle relaxer.
All right.
Oh,
MIVA recovery.com. Let's go. Shout out D-Hawks. If you want a bottle and a roller, let's go.
Yeah.
That's actually super dope. That's actually
It is.
I really like
super
that.
nice. Trying to, even just walk, trying to maybe get to like the elliptical runs in the morning. So it's nice to just kind of have that right after.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Good shit, D-Hawks. Good shit, brother.
Yeah, little
That's awesome.
inventor.
Hell yeah. First sponsor. Let's go. I like that. Let's see. I went with the kind of typical shit. Miami, Carolina over 47.5. I think as time goes on, I think Bryce Young is gonna start getting into his bag. I feel like Carolina unders or overs are gonna start creeping up a little bit as Carolina figures out their offense. Defense is good.
It's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. That's the best way to put it. It's fine.
If it was good, I think the Lions are good, but I think if it's good, it would have given up 40 some points.
Not wrong. Not wrong there. So, I mean, let's not overthink it. I really like that game. And then just give me the over. So, yeah. Over.
I would have after last week, if we played just like guess like what the total of that, I would have bet it would have been like 51.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So let's keep that.
And the Dolphins might score 37 by themselves in this.
They should and could for sure. So I like that a lot. Unders. I'll tell you what, man. Unders were my hardest pick out of the whole weekend. So interested to see what you guys have there.
Was a little tough. I kind of had one that I was just like, oh yeah, how the fuck could I not? Because what we saw last week, even though one of the teams did win, but in a pretty shitty way. Pats Vegas, 41, dude. I mean, God damn, yeah. Oh my god.
I know the Steelers offense is bad to watch, but the Raiders offense might be even worse.
Yeah.
Pats offense is even worse than that.
Dude, it's insane.
It was so fucking ugly, dude. This is a game that you might put an alternate under 31.5. I'm not even playing. I'm about to start
Wisconsin bet.
Unders. I'm about to start playing alternate unders because if I think it's under 41, it's probably going to be under 21. My unders don't play close, but I love that under New England or New Orleans. Yeah. Those are the bread and butter right there. And Vegas, honestly. So Max, I don't think you could have picked a better under.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Well, you better.
I'm running back the under. Give me
Damn it.
give me you get it too. Give me Ravens Titans under 42. Honestly, if this game was played on American soil, I still think it would be a rock fight. I don't trust this Ravens team under the new offense corner. And I do think it will get right. I just don't trust them right now to like put it all together, especially because I think Tennessee's like a better than average defensive team. They can get after you there. Something about just not a lot of points, going on in London, as we know. And the Titans offense is also just anemic and painful to watch. So, yeah, that's one too that honestly, like, it's like if it goes under 42, it's not going to be like 41. It's going to be like 31 in my eyes.
Yeah. Definitely.
I like that. I like that. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm looking at the unders, and as much as I want to play the other ones, I'm gonna also go with the under Baltimore, Tennessee under 42. I think there's a lot of games that can go under. If I had to pull it up, I just crinkled my shit.
Oh, you rip your notes?
I mean, Tennessee, Baltimore, Max had Las Vegas, New England. I think Houston, New Orleans. I think Houston, New Orleans is one. I think 42 for Houston, New Orleans is a really good under. I promise you I'll be playing that. I had to go with the under there. But the other one is Niners, Cleveland, 37.5. But at the same time, like, I think that the 37.5 with San Fran could get covered on their own. So I reside with Baltimore, Tennessee, Vegas, New England, and if I had to add one more, I'd say Houston, New Orleans under 42 is fucking cash. There's no way they clear 40. No way. No.
I think Saints unders as like Raiders unders, Saints unders.
I mean, dude, I think
track
3
that.
out of the 5 picks that I've had for unders before this week, 3 out of the 5 were New Orleans related. So
I know this one's a little long. I could see 49ers Browns going under 36.5.
yeah,
Just because I don't think Cleveland scores more than like, 6 or 9 points. And then like I think once the 49ers, are up
they
like
get them.
1-3, like they're just like, let's get out of this without any injuries. Like just run the clock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very few times will they win by
Yeah, I mean, the Browns defense
5
like already is, at least they're the better part of that team.
Yeah.
Understand that there for sure.
Hey, real quick, Sam, did you found it at 41.5? Because I have it at 41.
For what? For Las Vegas, New Orleans?
I just don't. If you have it at 41.5, I'll back.
I had it at 41 before the podcast, like an hour.
I see 41 right now.
So it must have come down. Do you still want
the
it?
book? Maybe it's
Oh yeah, no,
it's 41.5.
I just didn't want to. Yeah, it's I got it at 41. That's what.
Oh, no, you're good. I saw 41.5 before we started, so I had that written down on my list.
The morals on Max. That's twice he's checked you. Make sure he's getting out. Give me the line as it is.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. So respectable. So respectable.
That's always 17-7 and 1.
Yeah,
I know. I know. He's like, I don't want to be a cocksucker, but
give us some of the good luck.
Yeah,
I got the good karma.
I know you guys started parlaying. Did either of you parlay your 5 picks by chance?
I've done it. I did it like 3 times last year and just fucking nothing. So no, but I am 5-0 twice this year. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, we got. I need
to.
to.
I gave up parlays for Lent. Do you parlay?
So yeah, I have significantly stopped. Like it sucks.
Yeah, it's few and far between what I do. I just don't think the odds. It's nice when you hit one, but I don't think like I'm winning any money.
Right.
It's just digging me out of a hole.
Yeah.
It's more like
I'll do a total. I'll do a total, like just
like a little teaser,
like everything
included too many times.
Yeah. I like that. I'll get that in there in a sec. Sean, are you up on prop or where are we at? We at props?
We're on props.
Yeah,
But Max is up first.
yeah. I got a nice looking prop. It is -120. We're okay with that, right?
Place.
Okay. Tyreek Hill, longest reception, 27 and a half yards over. Again, I mean, Carolina, those guys, they're just gonna be cooking. I think I watched him score like a 60-yard tutty last week. So, I mean, it just 27 and a half seems like a lot, but I mean, last year when I was doing the Mooney version of that, his longest was at 15, but he would always get like 25 or some shit. So a guy like Tyreek's easily going to cover that. I think his longest is probably going to be like 40 at least.
Yeah,
I think that's super
I
fair.
think that's a great bet.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
What score the Mountaineers?
Commercial right now, I believe it was 10-7.
Okay, nice.
Mounties.
I am
Sorry.
for my prop. I'm going to continue riding what's 1v2 props in a row, which is essentially just taking someone to rush on the Giants, and I'm probably just going to keep taking it until it finally fails me. That's the Sunday night game. I don't think we've talked about that one at all. Giants are in disarray. Just no reason to pay attention to them. Bills, I don't know what their travel plans seemed weird last week, kind of coming in late at night there. It certainly looked at first half like they were pretty sleepy. They lose to the Jags, so I think they're going to be playing with a little fire underneath them. Give me Josh Allen over 26 and a half. Where'd it go? Josh Allen over 26 and a half rushing yards against the Giants. That's -115. He's gone over that twice this year. He also hasn't had one game with less than 4 carries. So kill.
We can't type for
You stupid idiot. I like caps though. Man, no, you're good. No, it's 26 and a half.
Oh, 26 and a half.
Oh my gosh, he's
Ugh. Max, what is this? 27 and a half.
I got it. Over.
Okay. You got it. Okay. All right, we got it. I dig that. I'm gonna go with, I'm capitalizing on Bears +3. Game gonna be over. Justin Jefferson out. So give me TJ Hawkinson over 54 and a half reception yards for the Vikings. I think he just gets some buckets. And I don't know who else Kirk's gonna have to fucking throw to. So
yeah, I'm sure Addison's gonna get, he's covered by
he will
back and blanketed by the safety. Osborne's next. He's gonna be going to that security blanket Hawkinson all the time.
Yep. I was just gonna say like Hawkinson's Addison's like a tease, but like at the end of the day, he's
Addison's great as a 2. Addison's awesome as a 2. I think he'll find it, at least, his rookie year. We'll see where he is a couple years.
Oh, they're gonna double it.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're absolutely gonna pay attention, like bracketing.
Yep.
Right.
TD parlay.
TD parlay. Kick it off, Max.
TD.
What is the longest odds we can do on this?
Whatever, man.
Well,
We're trying to parlay together.
I guess if we're parlaying, I guess it's
that's right. This is not okay. All right.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't. It's not applicable.
Yeah.
So only sports book I use and have downloaded is DraftKings. And Sam, you mentioned it early, and I should have said something, but I got Justin Fields. I'm going back to my old roots. Justin Fields, anytime tutty. I think he can get a nice little scramble for 20 yards and just get in there against that defense. Yep. But I don't have the odds.
I think it's 155.
Say that again.
I think it's 155 last time I checked.
Minus?
No.
I'm kidding. Yeah. So
I
I like it.
No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I like it. I love it.
I want some more of it.
For real, bro. Great play. I love that. I might play that straight if I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
I probably definitely will. And then I might parlay it with the DJ Moore teddy.
I wrote it down. Fuck. Let me see if I while Sean's throwing his out. Let me see if I can get Fields on.
No, that's actually I just went to Caesars to see if it's on there. Where the fuck is the Bears now? Touchdown. I got Justin Fields at plus 150.
Yep.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. My touchdown. I'm gonna go with a former Bear. I'm gonna go with David Montgomery to score a touchdown for the Detroit Lions.
Absolutely. He is on a fucking roll.
He's playing really well, and like he also is getting the carries, especially in the goal line. So sorry, Gibbs fantasy owners, but Monty's having a week last weekend, just the whole year. Minus 140 for that David Montgomery play. So Vegas also likes it.
Yeah. No, he's killing it. I have him in one league and then drafted Gibbs fourth overall in a dynasty rookie draft. And so I'm
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's got the Jameson or Jamal Williams role where he'll just get his 13 carries, but 3 of them happen right at the goal. He's 6 touchdowns already, and which Jamal Williams had 11 touchdowns last year. Probably didn't even have 1,000 yards.
Yeah, no, oh yeah, exactly.
He's had a touchdown. Montgomery's had a touchdown in every game he's played. He had 3 in the Packers game.
Scary. That's scary.
He's fucking nasty. I don't know. I guess we just didn't want to pay him. Whatever.
All right. Well, on this one, so we got Fields, Demont. I like the Bears connection. I'm gonna add Mr. Cooper Kupp plus 105. I'm in the St. Louis or the not St. Louis, Los Angeles Rams bugaboo here. I like Kupp plus 105. I don't know, man. I feel like he didn't score one last game. He's bound to. Demont, Fields, and Kupp give us a plus 478 parlay for our TD parlay. I feel like that's the most reasonable. Like, I feel like this is the most, and I don't want to speak out of turn because we don't know what's going to happen. But, like, I feel like this is, like, within the realm of possibilities.
100% agree. Like, we might have before just kind of having fun with it, like going a little outside the box. Like,
yeah,
we got down to business. Like, let's pass the test here. And I think all 3 of these absolutely have a really good shot of finding the end zone. One, just the games they're playing in should see some points, and just the way they're used. A touchdown is likely in their future. So, yeah, I'm right plus 478. I feel we're getting boned a little bit there. Like it's still,
I
it's
agree.
still a 3. It's still a 3 anytime TD parlay. But all right,
2 of them are plus money, and the other one's barely under.
Yeah.
Monty, Monty
I'll
was
be honest.
-7. Not -7. Monty was minus 175 or 170 last week when I checked.
On Caesars, he's like 230 minus 230, so that's probably why.
I'll put it together on. Oh, I can't do it on DraftKings yet because the Fields, but
Yeah.
That's why. Anytime David Montgomery's only minus 140 anytime TD on DK.
I feel like he's minus 230 because or 210 or whatever because they don't know what's going on with Jahmyr Gibbs.
That's honestly an insane difference. Usually it's only like 20 to 30.
And Amon-Ra got cleared to play too. So
yeah,
I don't know if he's in the Caesars.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest though, that might y'all know, but I put my $20 DraftKings risk-free bet on our TD parlay every weekend. So I mean, worst case, I hit 475 or best case, or I mean that's best case, but like worst case, I throw it on Monday night. So Chilling, boys. We're
Well,
chilling.
it's a good strategy.
Any other picks that have not been discussed or mentioned, or anything that you guys want to hit on before the weekend comes?
Just two for me. Then that's pretty much
Cool.
got everything out of the
Oh.
chamber here. I would say I like the Jags kind of to take last week's momentum and get right. Minshew's fun to watch, like fun for like the Red Zone channel, but not, there's a very much a reason why, he'll be a backup quarterback in this league and not the starter. So I do like the Jags at home to kind of take care of business. One game that I think will be more fun than we might just think on paper, we haven't mentioned it yet, is the Jets and Eagles. Eagles Jets. Because like I honestly feel more that it's going to be like a feisty Jets performance, and like they're going to kind of punch above their weight class a little bit, and it'll be tough for the Eagles. I mean, I also can see the Eagles coming in there and kicking the shit out of them, but I think tough for the Eagles. Like they're getting the Jets now, where like they're running the ball a little bit. Wilson like looks like he can at least kind of play a little bit of a quarterback, so that could be fun. Like I could honestly tease up that. I mean, I might even just take the Jets at the +7. I might look stupid, but
the Jets at +7 has never been stupid. The way this defense is rolling, I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
So I like that. Anything from you, Max? Any last second takeaways?
I think I'm good.
Love it.
He's got another sixer on the board.
Yeah.
I dig it. All right, fellas. Well, shit. Hey, good Thursday as always. We've got the Chiefs and the Broncos tonight. We got Friday night. Sean, I will see you in like less than 24 hours. And in 24 hours, we're going to be celebrating some Pens goals.
Love it.
I have a decision to make. Whether I be neutral or if I go to the Pens. Max, you're wearing black and yellow, so I feel like I might have to fade one side of
fucking Navy.
It doesn't look like Navy.
Yeah. Well, no, Sam, I got a couple legends and Malkin, Letang, Crosby that you can pick from. So in case if you do get the black and gold fever. And I did pick up a bottle of rosé in the fridge, so I'll pay up to my debt.
Yeah, love it. Well, hey, we'll drink that and then we'll resurface a new bet for Sunday because we got some shit we gotta hash out. But absolutely, fellas.
Yeah.
Beauty of a weekend. Thank you for joining. Let's get after
really,
it.
Man. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the Braves Phillies too coming up here. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Yes, run first inning. Calling it.
I like a run in the first inning. I like it.
All right.
It's Ranger Suarez, bro.
You heard it here first. It's
Ranger
from
Suarez and Spencer Strider, nominally good, but dude, it's gonna be the nerves.
Dude, they were chanting last night. Yeah.
The Philly crowd has been awesome this series. I mean, it was awesome too as Atlanta. This has been super. I hope these two teams play in the playoffs all the time.
No, dude, yeah. Like you said last night, dude, absolutely. That would be awesome.
Bonkers. Remember when they started doing the chop? Like, I was so good.
I love it. Let's fucking go.
Fuck yeah. Let's go, fellas.
Man.
Love it.
All right, guys. Sam, see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Itinerary and
yeah,
stuff.
you guys have fun and be safe.
Always.
Thanks, Dad.
Love you guys. We'll talk soon.
Love you.